side.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the f*** is that?
Oh my dude, you just got crazy.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
We work very hard to get marginalized talent into the industry, to protect them the way that we would want to have been protected, to lift them up, and to get them into an industry where they're too often shut out. And basically, I think to take over.
Do you just wake up in the morning and think, holy shit, I'm gonna be a tumor today?
So guys, that Sweet Baby Inc. fiasco, huh? What an actual disaster. And I almost find it funny. None of this would be happening if Sweet Baby Inc. just didn't respond to the criticism. The Sweet Baby Inc. detector curator group wouldn't be close to, right now, at the time of recording, 300,000 users. I'll even double check and see if it actually reached that. Yeah, it's 6,000 away from reaching 300,000 followers. I mean, the ultimate problem I have with Sweet Baby Inc. and corporations like it is that they don't actually care about diversity. And my whole problem with this is we have good examples of good games with good diversity in them. They do exist. But here's the thing that those games do differently from all the other games that Sweet Baby Inc. has been a part of. Those games do not make the focus of the story be on diversity, sexism, racism, whatever. Those games focus on the game's story. That's the focus. They have a diverse cast of characters, but their character doesn't revolve around their race. It doesn't revolve around their sex. It revolves around their character. Alex Vance is an amazing character, not because she's a woman, not because she's mixed, but because the writers at Valve wrote her a great story.
We're going to reconfigure this teleport and get the hell out of here.
You see, we're working to the same end. I've already reprogrammed the modulator to emulate a Zen relay.
That's my father's work you stole.
It's my work too! And I had to prove to Dr. Breen that your father would be the most valuable member of any research effort going forward.
Enough of your bullshit!
Sergeant Johnson from Halo is an amazing character, not because he's black, not because he's male, because the old writers at Bungie wrote him an amazing story.
Where's the rest of your platoon?
Wasted, Sarge.
And we will be too, sir, if we don't get the hell out of here.
You hit Marine?
No, sir.
Then listen up. Usually the good Lord works in mysterious ways, but not today. This here is 66 tons of straight up HE spewing divine intervention. If God is love, then you can call me Cupid.
These characters, all throughout these amazing games and these amazing franchises, are fantastic because of their character. Meanwhile, Sweet Baby Inc. would rather focus more on just pushing the narrative of white man bad. Believe me, I want there to be diversity in games, but it's better done when it's organic, when it's natural, not when it's forced. And isn't racism something that can be done to all groups, to all people? Why are we being racist towards white people? Why? It doesn't end racism, that perpetuates it. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not controversial for thinking this thought. I don't think anybody should be racist towards anyone. No group of any kind deserves it. History is history. It's not present anymore. We are better than this. We need to be moving forward, thinking to the future, being united. That's what the gaming community is about. Uniting as one. That's why we've united against Sweet Baby Inc. and all other affiliated companies. And what's worse still, Sweet Baby Inc. is only the tip of the iceberg. There is a whole rabbit hole of nonsense that it takes you down, where the DHS and the Canadian government are both involved in funding over $1 million to these shell companies. I'm just going to be blunt and call them shell companies. They're not non-profit. They're making some money off of this. And just forcing these narratives into our games when it's unnecessary. And look, if you enjoy these games, then fine. That's okay. More power to you. I'm not trying to ruin your enjoyment. I'm simply trying to keep you informed. At the same time, though, I personally believe that we shouldn't be supporting companies who tout the idea that they care about diversity when that's never been the case. We should be promoting games that actually have fun with their development, actually create stories they want to make, not what they're being forced to make by their shareholders, not what they're being forced to make by their publishers. Games that they want to make. We've seen it done, even today. Games like Ghost of Tsushima, probably one of the best samurai games ever made for PlayStation, which is now coming to PC, which I'm very excited for. Games like Baldur's Gate 3, probably one of the best D&D inspired games I ever had the honor of playing. With all of the freedom you have, all of the choices you can make, all of the characters you can interact with, it is out of this world amazing. And now that the game's getting mod support, adds on to that brilliance. Helldivers 2, probably one of the best parody games I have ever played with my friends. There's so much action, so much comedy, so much, dystopia nonsense you go through in that game, and it's super fun. It's addictive. But all these other games, all these AAA games have just failed completely at keeping their player base captivated, all to appease their shareholders. And if that's the future of gaming, where companies just stop caring about consumers and start caring more about their shareholders, then it's no wonder why people are saying the collapse is imminent. Shareholders can only last you so long before eventually they grow tired and look for the next thing to invest in. They follow the money. They don't follow the art. They don't look at video games as artistic. They don't look at video games as fun. They look at video games as, will this video game make me more money this year, or do I have to invest in something else? But I think I've rambled long enough. Feels good to make another video like this again. I don't know when the next one will be, but I'm probably going to make my next video be something more gaming related. Something more fun. But I did have to speak on this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next one.
You now make a point of that's an investment criteria for you.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming class are women. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year. And what we are doing internally is, if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay,
we're doing the same thing.
And so it's just you have to force behaviors, and if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race, or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not recruiting, it is development, as Ken said. And ultimately, it's still going to take time, but I am just as much shocked as Ken is that we have not seen more opportunities. And we're going to have to force change.